Hello and good morning. Let's take a look here. How do you remember the trig functions? Well, so, co, toa. Okay, on the next one, where are you standing? Well, you can find this angle here is 50 degrees. So you technically could stand at this one or this one. Remember, every triangle adds up to 180 degrees. But I'll stand at this one right here. Okay, so I'm standing there. So opposite would be this one, straight across. Hypotenuse would be across from the 90, and this one would have to be adjacent as it touches the dot. Okay, so if I'm looking for x, there's an h, and I know this one, which is an a. So HA is this one, so put the cosine of 40 degrees, and then the a goes on top, the h goes on the bottom. So 5 over x. What you want to do now to work this is put a 1 under here and cross multiply. So you get this, and then 1 times 5 is 5. You want to divide by the cosine of 4, so x is equal to 5 divided by the cosine of 40 degrees. Scratch that out. Take your calculator. 5 divided by 40 cosine. Press equals. Make sure you press equals. I get 6.5. If you don't get 6.5, raise your hand and ask for help. Okay? Let me know what you need. This one right here, put a star by it. This is an inverse function. So let's take a look here. Put a dot here. Whenever you're looking for the angle, so write this down. If you need to find the angle, then it's the inverse function. So to do that, you do it the same way. This is opposite, this is the hypotenuse. And what we're doing here is opposite hypotenuse. So that's going to be the sine of angle x is equal to the opposite on top, 4 over 7. So circle the x. And what you want to do here to get x by itself is divide by the word sine. And when you divide by the word sine right here, it's going to become the inverse function. So angle x is going to be, when this moves to the top, it's going to become the inverse function. And I'll show you that in a minute. In fact, we'll do it right now. So clear your calculator, press 4 divided by 7, press equals. Make sure you get this. And then you want to hit the shift key and go down here. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but the -1 is on the bottom here. So you got to hit shift and then inverse, and that's a 34.8 degree angle. So this angle is 34.8 degrees. Put a star by that. That's how you work those. When you're looking for the angle, it's the inverse. We're going to go over the HOC work or the EOC work from the weekend. And then you're going to have a worksheet. So let's take a look at the worksheet here. All right, so on this one right here, I want to see the work. Make sure you put so, ka, toa, write that down. And these are the answers. So when you do the work, you can check your answers. Okay. Now when you get to the back side, however, I need you to do this on your worksheet. These are the answers. Okay. So what you want to do, wherever the bubbles are, you want to put X and Y. And that's what you're looking for. But those are the answers. I don't like the way they did it, but just put X and Y, and find those numbers, okay? So wherever you see a circle, circle it, but put X and Y. And that's what you're looking to find, and then those are the answers. If that messes you up, put the answers on the side like this, and then scratch them out, and then work it. I think that might be better. All right, let's talk about MCR work. Okay, so to graph this, the second one, the y-intercept is a -17. So down here, somewhere way down here, -17, put a dot. And then the slope is down 5 more, and then over 1. So it's going to look something like this. Okay. This one right here, you got to get y by itself. So you're going to move the 3x over. So you're going to get -3y is equal to 3x plus 3 Then you're going to divide by -3. When you divide by -3, you get a -1. So your y-intercept is a -1, but your slope here is a -1/1 because this reduces. So that's a -1/1. So go down 1/1 and your line looks like this. And they should intersect somewhere, okay? It's kind of hard to tell, but the slopes are different. And because it's hard to tell, we're going to use a method called substitution. And I taught you this once before, but we're going to learn it again. So let's copy down, put this away. On a new sheet of paper, copy this down. Same exact problem. And we're going to find out where they actually cross right now. Okay? So put method of substitution. All right, so this right here has y by itself. So you're going to substitute all of that in place of that y. So you're going to rewrite it. Just like that. And then you're going to distribute. It's going to give you a positive 15x. This is going to give you a positive whatever that is. 3 times 7 is 21. I guess that's 51. So it's going to be a plus 51 is equal to 3. Let me check my signs. Double negative, double negative. Okay, this looks good. This right here is going to give you 12x. When you add that up. I'm going to move the 51 over here. That becomes a negative 51. So when I subtract these two, I think it's a negative 48. And then when I divide by 12, I like what I see because it's going to work out evenly. So that's going to be 4. That's going to be a negative 4. So negative 4 is your x. And then once you get your x, you got to plug it in for your y. I would plug it in. You can put it here and work it out. But I would put it right here since y is already by itself. So scratch out the x and put negative 4 right here for the y. Or for the x rather. So this gives you a positive 20 minus 17, or negative 17 there. And that's going to give you a positive 3. So it's going to be down 4 and over 3. Or rather, let me try that again. To the left 4 and then up 3. So my graph was all wrong. And let me just check my work real quick just to make sure I did this right. So that gives me 15. That gives me a positive 51. And then I add that up. I move that over and I divide it. That looks fine. And then I plugged it in here and I got a positive 20. Okay, anyhow, what we're doing today is substitution method. So if you get stuck, you'll know because the answers are here. And if you need help, ask. This is what we're doing today. Okay? I'm sure I'll work another one for you in class. Okay, so that's pretty much it. And there's the rest of it. And I'll see you guys in class. Have a good morning.